Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 7, day 3. This is going to be an easy day, but there are some special things happening, so do watch the entire video. You'll notice that these words all have WH at the beginning, and we know that sound is like the wind. And all of these words are question words. That's why I put this question mark down at the bottom here. When, where, what, and who. So when you want to ask a question, a lot of times you will be using one of these words. There are other question words, but these are ones that we can learn in kindergarten. And so we're going to practice those today. When, what, who, and where. And I'm going to bring these to our Zoom meeting so we will see who has been practicing those up till now. I have some sentences that I wrote with some of the question words. I wrote them in different colors so that you would be able to see them. And I'm going to read these questions with the question word, and you can read along with me. The first, number 1, what is your name? So we use the word what when we're asking about something. We're asking about a name, and so we use the word what. Number 2, where are you? Where is a word that we use when we want to know a location, where something is or something is happening. Where, that's a place. Number 3, who rides a bike? We use the word who when we're asking about someone. We want to know who is doing something. And that's going to be a person that we're talking about or we're asking about. And number 4, when is Zoom? When is a word that you use when you want to know what time something is happening. So when is always about what time, what day. That's what we want to know. So let's go over to our work page. And these 3 questions are going to be about question words, and we're going to identify some. So we just practiced. This should be pretty easy. Number 1, we want to circle the picture that shows when. When. So we have a clock. Can that show when? Or a barn. Can that show when? And remember, when is a word we use when we not want to know time or day or when something's happening. So, did you think clock? I do too, because a clock is going to tell time, and so that will tell us when something happens. Very good. Number 2, we want to circle a picture that shows where. And remember, where is a place. It could be your school or your home, just your city. It's a place where something is. So is a rabbit a place, or is an apartment building a place? This might be a school. It has a flag outside. But anyway, it's a building. Which one shows where? Did you say the building? And did you circle it? Because that is a place, so that's going to be where something is. Number 3, circle the picture that shows who. Who? Would that be the boy or the cloud? Which one is a who? Did you figure it out? Did you figure out it's the boy? Because when we talk about who, we're talking about a person. Over on the other side, this is a trace, write, and read. It is June, that long U, silent E pattern for reading. Play a tune. And there's the long U, silent E pattern again. We want to trace it and we want to read it. Look at this. You get to write an exclamation point, and that means we would be reading that with a strong voice. Play a tune. We would be using our strong voice. Easy peasy lemon squeezy today. Here is a very easy sheet to practice the word can. You're going to write the word can in each sentence, and then you're going to read each sentence. Now, there are a couple of words on this page that will be a challenge for some, and for some, I need to tell you what they are because we do not learn all of these words in kindergarten. But I want you to notice you're going to write the word can, and then this sentence, number 1, becomes she can run fast. Number 2, can is the first word in the sentence, and that's important because we know one of the rules for a sentence is the first word has an uppercase letter. So if can is the first word in the sentence, that C needs to be an uppercase letter. So remember that. Can I help you? Can you sing? And this word is one that we have not learned. We have not learned the ing, but a few people in our class know it. And so this is the ing. These letters say ing, and we add an S, sing. I can sing well, and there it is again. I can run. So each time you read all the sentences, if you read all 5 sentences, you get to color a star. Read all 5 sentences again, color the second star, and so on. So this is a read and write. He can jump high. This word is not a word we would learn in kindergarten. You would learn that in first grade probably. This IGH just says I, high. And that means up high in the sky or in the air. He can jump high. And you're meant to write that word sentence down below. Okay, so there's some tips about that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use objects to add here. And I went looking for some little objects that I could use, and I found these funny little shapes. I've had these shapes for a while. Thought I would use them. I don't know how hard they're going to be to use, but I have a whole bin of them here. Let's see if I can open them. And I'm just going to put some of these shapes out. And I'm just going to use these for my counters today. So there's tiny shapes. And you can use whatever you have. All right, so using objects to add. So 4 hamburgers are on one grill. Okay, so here we have some hamburgers. I don't know if you can see that color very well. That's a little dark color against a dark color. So I'll try to use light colors. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Those are some bright hamburgers, aren't they? And then we have some hot dogs. We have 5 hot dogs on the other grill. 5 hot dogs. We're going to have square hot dogs today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these objects just represent hot dogs and hamburgers. And we don't care what they are. We just are telling a story using those objects to stand for what we want. So we want to know how many hamburgers and hot dogs there are in all. And we can very simply put these 2 groups together. So we cooked all the hamburgers and we put them all together over here on the table. And we cooked all the hot dogs. We put all of them together all over on the table. And now we have to figure out how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 hamburgers and hot dogs in all. And we just want to write the number for how many we have in all. So we write the number 9 right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And move my objects off to the side here. And for each of the numbers inside, we're going to represent the number using your objects. And it could be anything. Here we have 3 birds and 2 birds. And that makes 5 in all. So that's what we're going to do each time. So I am going to use my, I'm going to use some little hearts for these birds. I'm going to use some little hearts. And for my other birds, I'm going to use just a different color of hearts. Okay, so I'll just use a different color, and that will be my 2 groups. So I have 2 and 1. How many in all? How many hearts in all? 1, 2, 3. What number am I going to write here? Yes, I'm going to write 3. 3 in all. There's those vocabulary words. I knew they were going to be important for us. I knew that. So it's a good thing that we tried to remember those. Okay, so here I have 2. Oh, sorry, we're down here for number 3. I have 1 heart, and I have 3 hearts. I have a group of 1 and a group of 3. How many hearts in all? I have to write the number here. I think you can do this by yourself, so I'm not going to even write it. Flop it over. Do the exact same thing for this page, but 4 objects and 2 objects. You can trace them if you want, or you can just use little circles. So just like what we did before on the bears, we put the objects here, and I have 4, and I'll just use this one. I have 4 hearts, and I have 2 hearts in this group. So I'm going to pick it up and draw a circle to represent that one. And each one I'm going to pick up and put to the side so that I remember how many I had in my first group. There's my first group. And now I'm going to pick it up and put a circle for my second group. And now I'm going to figure out how many I have in all. And you're just going to merely count those. So you'll figure that one out. A little bit bigger numbers, but you can do it. On the back, you really do not have to use anything to represent. You just have to write the number that tells how many in all. You're going to have 2 groups of kids. You'll have 2 kids in this group and 3 in this. How many in all? 5 kids plus 4 kids. How many in all? Write the number. And 1 kid plus 3 kids. How many in all? So that is very easy, and it is the last of our day. I knew that day 3 was going to be easy for you. Just remember those question words. And since that's all we have for today, I will see you next time.